the scenes that they had her doing that were very inappropriate. That was on there.
Why do I feel like I'm about to be offended?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Okay, first, Dan Snyder, that's not the dude that does the DC stuff, is it?
No. Wait, is it?
I just hear that name now. It's just kind of ringing a bell of like Schneider. You know, is that like the Schneiderverse and stuff like that?
Oh, no. Similar-ish kind of names. No, that's
Okay.
Snyder with like SNY.
Okay.
EER.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Just thought we'd confirm that right now.
Let's not drag the director of Batman versus Superman into this.
Definitely don't want to do that. No, Dan Snyder. So my take on it all is he just sounded like a very weird kind of guy that had a weird kind of like sexualish kind of humor that I guess growing up just didn't get much attention from females much. So you can see that when he got into a bit of a position of power, he kind of enjoyed the attention and that the hugging and all that from the young girls. Nothing was ever proven, or he didn't do anything, because there's always parents on set. There's always people watching and stuff like that. So there was never anything like that going on, but it was just more like the inappropriate jokes that he was doing, along with some kind of like sexual innuendos with a lot of the stuff that was kind of going on. So that's, and I mean,
this was behind, like, this wasn't like his script writing. This was actually just how he was behind the scenes in front of just, the producers and the cast and everything as well.
There's weird things, like obviously like he would get massages on set. So like he's getting like some of the women, not the young girls, but the women, like the costume people, to massage him while he's on set and stuff like that. Just, I guess, just gloating his role of a bit of power, like you know what I mean? Like, you're just a stylist. I'm a big, producery dude. Come massage me, like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess, like, I can have you fired. Like, do you know what I mean? I guess it's just that kind of. Maybe he was a bit too playful, a bit too. Because I mean, there's things with like some of the script writers where when he was employing, he employed a couple of women, and they had to share a contract wage sort of thing. So instead of just paying them each a wage, he said, look, I'll bring you on, but you've got to share a wage. Now they accepted. they said that, they didn't have any money, this and that, blah, 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 and they were just starting off. And I mean, like, that kind of stuff makes sense. Like,
they want to break into the industry in some way, and this is their get-in card, I guess.
Yeah, and then obviously then they're like complaining about that, and then the long hours and how other men are getting paid more and stuff like that. And I mean, it kind of just seems a bit more like they were just whinging because once the shows and all that had kind of ended, they hadn't gone on to do anything. And I mean, like, he was doing some jokes, just banter around the workplace of like getting people to call out different names and slogans, and they found it offensive and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Stuff that would go on like in like a boys'
versus,
locker room. So I mean, you can't really take a lot of that.
This was 90s and 2000s, right?
Yeah.
So times were heaps different back then. People typically knew how to take a joke at the time, or at least be respectful of the joke. Whereas nowadays, in today's 2024 complain about everything culture, they don't know how to take a joke. So everyone's going back and complaining about everything.
And I mean, a lot of the jokes as well, they were like, I mean, it's not really funny, some of them, like, but I mean, like, it's only like kind of inappropriate if you're looking for it. Once you kind of like go, oh yeah, that does look like a pearl necklace or like a stuff like that.
Well, it's trending right now. So I've seen some clips. People have started loading previous clips, and it honestly just looks like. Have you ever watched like a kids show and they insert adult humor, some taboos, some innuendos into it, so that the parents aren't bored when they're watching it? Because you'll watch a kids show and you'll be like, man, this is terrible, and then there'll be like a slight little reference to something that only an adult would really get, and you'd be like, oh, okay, this is, it gives you a bit of something. That's how I took that part of what people were saying. Like, he's writing the jokes, into the thing. I thought that makes sense because you want to have, it's like The Simpsons. Yeah. You know what I mean? The Simpsons, it's a kid's show, a family show, but it has some adult stuff that you won't get unless you're an adult. Are we now going to go back to 1989 when The Simpsons came out and complain about all that crap? Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I guess the main bit was there was a couple of people that were on set that were, I guess, at the time of the initial bit weren't actually convicted, but later on they did have people that were convicted of pedophilia and sexual assaults and stuff like that. But one of the guys is someone Peck. What was his name?
You said earlier on, Brian Peck. No relation to Josh Peck, one of the actors from Drake and Josh.
Yeah, so he was the one that was kind of a bit of a groomer, and he was the one that was going around and doing some inappropriate stuff, finding his targets and stuff like that, and ended up getting that guy called Drake from Drake and Josh, which was quite a big show. I remember I watched a few episodes when I was younger and stuff like that. He's also gone on to do, I think, Scary Movie and a few other. One of the sequels was Scary Movie. I think it was like number 4 or so, and a couple of other little movies. And it came out now that he was basically sexually assaulted and had all this stuff done to him, objects rammed in him, and all this stuff when he was like 14, 15 years of age. It kind of went into the like detail of like how it was all set up and how it was all kind of planned and et cetera, but it was really quite disturbing to find that was kind of like on set. And then I guess a lot of the times you blame the parents, because I mean a lot of these parents that were having troubles with different people as well were just turning a blind eye, or
they were thinking, this is my kid's big break, we're making money, like putting safety aside, pushing the fame first kind of thing.
Kind
of makes me think of Britney Spears.
There was a lot of that. Her sister was actually on, Lynn Spears, she was actually on one of the shows that they're talking about.
But look at them, they're fucking ahead now, and they're adults and they're kooky.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of we've said this many a times where a lot of celebrity stars that started off have definitely gone a bit cuckoo because of obviously everything that happens. But you obviously had Ariana Grande. That was like a big segment of it as well. Obviously,
was she on the documentary?
No, but obviously the scenes that they had her doing that were very inappropriate, that was on there. But I mean, why is she going to speak out? She's famous now.
She's got bigger than anyone.
Yeah, so I don't feel like anyone that actually went on to do anything super huge that wasn't superly, I guess, affected or doesn't feel like their empire will crumble is talking. But I mean, 16 months that guy got for jail for what he did is, I think, pathetic. And then he went straight back into Nickelodeon and got a job and continued on.
So what does this tell you about Hollywood? We've seen, in the last few years, we've seen Harvey Weinstein come out. That was a huge scandal. The Me Too movement started. People started talking about all these things that people had speculated and really kind of known for decades was happening. But now this as well. So what does it tell you more about Hollywood? Does it seem like a creep show?
Yeah, it does seem like there's a lot of big, powerful people in there that are twisted and that are either very sexualized, or that are predators, and that they are either super wealthy and know a lot of people, or they are just like extremely talented at what they do. So people are turning a blind eye. Like,
It's like they're getting away with it.
They're bringing in a lot of revenue, a lot of money. So as a business model, you won't really want to just get rid of that, because I mean, it's a big source of making money. So you'll kind of, quieten it as long as you can.
It kind of goes into the music industry as well.
Well, I mean, and the thing was, like, at that guy's Brian's court date, there was so many big people from Hollywood that were at his trial that were supporting him. Like, he had like 40 written documents of testimonies of people supporting him and saying that he doesn't deserve punishment, and quite a few celebrities and stars were actually supporting him, which was.
I did see, I think Drake Bell had like his family in his corner, and on the other side it was just the Hollywood elite backing their elitist cult members. Because from the outside looking in, Hollywood looks glamorous, Hollywood looks desirable. It's the kind of place where, as a kid you would aspire to be, and then you get there and this happens. Seems really scary and weird. I think all of us have fantasized about going to the entertainment industry and being a big celebrity, but this is kind of really taking it further and further. Now, I wanted to show you. Have you seen Dan Schneider? He made a little kind of response video. Did you see that yet?
No.
You haven't seen it? Okay, I'll play you a little clip here. I won't play you the whole thing, but I'll share it because I think it's quite interesting. And let me know if the audio doesn't come through. Give me a sec here, because I thought you might be interested to see this. All right, I'm going to try to bring it over here. Bear with us, everyone. We're technical wonders here.
Yeah, we don't have the budget that Joe Rogan does. Yeah.
We don't have Nickelodeon's budget.
But yeah, we don't have script writers either.
Yeah. They had a scripted response video where he gave a scripted response, a scripted apology. The entire thing seemed completely scripted from the get-go.
Okay.
Is strange that it was so scripted as a response video. I found that very, very interesting. I don't think he had accountability for this kind of thing. So they had to sit down, they had a chat. Here we go. Okay, this is the one we want. The quality isn't as great with this one here because it's a screenshot, but that's cool, guys. I think we will get some value out of this. All right, you ready?
Dan, how are you? I'm okay. I really appreciate you reaching out and giving me the opportunity to talk to you about what we saw over the last 2 nights.
I'm really glad you're here because I believe this is important.
For sure.
We've got a lot of things to unpack. But before I dive into my list of topics that I'd like to discuss, is there anything you'd like to start off with?
Absolutely. Watching over the past 2 nights was very difficult. Me facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing.
Did you see that? Did you see how scripted that looked?
Yeah.
That didn't look like a genuine conversation. What we're having now is a genuine conversation because we don't script our things because neither of us have the memory to script anything. But that
and I'm terrible at reading off of the sheet as well. So
yeah, if Jay reads anything, guys, he's very obviously he's reading, so you'll know. So this is him genuinely talking. I think we prefer the genuine speech. But yeah, how scripted did that look? and it's just a horrible video, which comes across as rehearsed more than anything. And when you think about it, Dan Schneider is a writer, so why wouldn't he write his own response? But yeah, very, very interesting. Thank you for watching Glass Culture Podcast. If you liked this video, click here to subscribe. If you want to see the full podcast, click here.